This time I see for Nemo, they have started with Moses as opposed to Smith. What we talked about, very simple. For the ball was received crossing the net, the center player just blocked it down. Kill block to Malinga. 2 points for him already.
Yeah, pretty much how the first game started. Like that, with a lot of uncertainties, missed passes, and so on and so forth. And luckily enough for Nkumba at that point, the ball drops in between Elanyu and Malinga.
But Elanyu is trying to get to the ball, but Malinga is blocking his path.
So Waiswa serving for Nkumba, 2-1. Nemo starts leading 2-1. George has had 2 very good passes already. The setter has just been able to do what he wants to do and played the middle 2 times.
So he has 100% score?
Yeah.
3 points for Nemo or for Malinga?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Sorry, Nkumba. Nkumba also goes to the middle and Odiek tips it and is able to make the score. So this is the team sheet for Nkumba. We have Joshua, Kajiko, we have Umar, we have Arod, we have Jakisa, we have Isaac, we have Sunday, we have Jasper, we have Julius, we have Odiek Ronnie, we have Wani Robinson and Adam. Coach liberos are Joas and Isma, coached by Opio Tony, assisted by Hanji Umar and Kambere Christmas as the assistant coaches.
Yes, for Nemo Stars, the team list is number 13, George Aporo, who is the captain, number 2, Okumu Smith, number 1, Odeke Moses, number 6, Zungu Fahad, number 4, Malinga Bernard, number 15, Wandera Steve, 17 is Tumukunde Jonathan, 10 is Tugume Barnabas, 5 is Amau Tom Paul, 9 is Aloka Deans, 3 is Agaba Nicholas, 8 is Wandera Leo, and the liberals shot 7, Elanyo Emma, and 12 is Jansen Nduhura.
Okay, down the line,
coached by Okapis, Andrew Osunga Juma, Anguya Mira, and Mugerua James.
So in that instance, the pass was not so good, so the set was close to the net, but there was a net fault from Nemo Star.
Nkumba, for those who don't know, took the first game 3-1 for Nemo, and the second game is on, where Nkumba have to play to survive.
Yes. It's a do or die.
Yeah, Nemo have
that is got by George.
Yeah, that's what we expect from him.
But the person covering position 5, I think was scared of the ball. He should have put it up. He was in position.
Yeah, actually, Arod used his foot to try to play the ball up.
Exactly.
Yeah, so Jonathan Tumukunde goes to serve. He's playing diagonal for Nemo Stars. In high school, I told you before, he was a receiver, one of the best receivers we had in Chitenge.
Yes.
Incidentally.
And like we were sharing last time, national team needs the height.
Needs receivers. Yeah, Habib scores there through the middle for Nkumba, and both teams trying to start their game through the middle.
So for there was off the block.
Yeah.
Thought it was he had hit off, but
the contact from Jonathan wasn't
that good.
Yeah, it wasn't good at all.
They seem to be picking on George so far.
The scoreboard has an error, so he's correcting it now. 7-4 it should be.
The 5 by Arod.
Yeah.
Jonathan was in position.
Yeah, but just because it was fast. It had a lot of speed, and he didn't know what to do. He for that, you have to just punch the ball up, prevent it from going behind you, do everything to keep it forward and up.
True.
A complete mishit by Jonathan. It's not an inspiring, and he apologizes to his team and also the setter, because it's important that they play well, because the setter, he's coming for Smith.
Yes.
So they need to give him confidence to keep playing.
Good riddance by the block for the pipe. Unfortunately, George put a lot of energy in it, and
and of course, you know, it comes with energy, but it also comes with reach.
yes,
So that ball deflects like that because he's hitting it from a high point.
point
So,
of contact.
Yes, it's high.
It's high now.
Yeah.
Simple off spin from Waiswa. Trying to look for the set, of course, the short block, but looking at the defense, like we talked last time, he should have biased a little bit towards the setter side.
Yeah, because
on position 6, he seems to have hurt himself.
An injury, unfortunately, to Fahad. I think he tried to cover. He tried to go in defense of that ball, and he might have moved. By the looks of his knee, his right knee is taped.
Yes.
And they're trying to move it. I think it really has a problem, and I think Nemo has a problem. They have to make a decision.
He seems to be in pain.
Yeah, they will have to make a decision on who they can bring in later on as a sub. Of course, he goes out for Elanyo right now.
Game 2 between Nemo and Nkumba. Nemo having taken the first game, Nkumba playing to stay in the series.
Yes, Nemo leading it by winning the first game 3-1.
Good pass by Bana. Good set.
Yeah. Nkumba were very lucky at that point, because it was just a touch. You keep the ball up a bit longer, and then the ball was close to the net. After Bana attacking, he just went through. So, but the ball was still in play, and so the ref called for crossing, a cross violation. Did he hit that ball with 2 fingers or what?
It was swung, but he mistimed it.
Yeah, Jonathan hit the ball well, but he hit it also on the belt, so it was quite easy for the libero to get it because the speed had been slowed by the contact on the belt.
Yes. Down the line by Waiswa.
Yeah, I think Bana was trying to go. He anticipated a diagonal hit and moved his hand there, and Waiswa went instead for the line. And
but could also be a communication that let him come line by the defense.
Yeah, but you want to face that ball. Whatever comes at you, you can't turn your body. That's what Elanyo did. He turned the other way. So good pass by Elanyo.
That is a good block. He apologizes because the setter did his part.
Yeah, one block.
One block.
And I think he's calling Smith to already come and sub him.
A good block by Sandy.
Yeah. After that block, I saw Okapis calling to Smith to come, but Smith was also in a bit of hesitation, and he was talking to Amao, so they let it play on.
I think it's too early for him. Anyway, the coach knows better his players.
A long Sunday and from the right hand side.
And it was a high block. It was really a high block because you have Georgia and Malinga.
Yeah.
And he was still able to go
over it.
Yes.
Yeah, to the diagonal.
11 Nkumba, 10 Nemo. Served off by Ronnie, slightly just off. They're trying to pick on George.
I think the idea for Nkumba is to wear down George, but he's a very resilient character,
Yes,
and
he is.
he's proven it over the years. So it's just a case of getting him, distracting him, because he's also the main attacker.
Yes.
So just add to his load a bit.
This time Jakisa jumped so close. Habib, sorry. Yes, he jumped so close to the setter. He had no option to do, no way to play that ball. The block was well stationed, well positioned, and was able to stop him. Okay, the ref calls for an overreach from the setter. The ball had crossed.
Yeah, he just gave the point to Nemo because the ball was going over and Fahad just set his block and stood his ground strong and down to the floor.
This is scoring from Arrowed.
Yeah, they're just looking for spaces in the defense, and they're getting it quite well, especially in position 6.
Yes, and the block is quite high. Should be able to stop some of those balls.
So that's clever. When the block is high, you need to have your attackers thinking all the time. Oh, another miss hit by. And I like that from George. He received it. It wasn't very good, but then the setter did a good job and set it up. Jonathan hit it out, but George still apologized and took the blame, so that it takes the pressure off Jonathan.
Yes, true. Good blocking from Jakisa.
Yeah, 2 times in a row.
And this time he gets him.
Yeah.
Directs the ball back on court, and the attack cover was not able to play it. So they bring Smith in for
Moses. I think that will be a bit demoralizing for Moses because
Yes,
it's just 14 for Nkumba, 13 for Nemo Stars. It's just a 1-point game. It's.
And I don't think his sets have been that bad.
No. Those sets were absolutely good. I don't know what the.
Shot block, and he has been able to stop George. This time
Jonathan
was able to kill it.
Yeah.
But George had a shot block. Credit to Joshua to be able to touch that ball. It was a one-man block.
And it stopped it. He kept it on. Yeah, Nemo had the opportunity of doing another offense, but it was good to watch.
Yes.
But also it was nice that Jonathan eventually scored after making 3 or 4 straight errors on his serve, and a good serve. Yeah.
Like he talked of the reach. This time he just went. He knew the block was there.
Yeah, and used hit it from very high on top of the block, and it deflected. And Nemo have a 1-point lead, 15-14. National Volleyball League semi-final playoffs at the Old Kampala Arena, powered by Alcasa Restaurant.
Pipe and blocked.
Yeah, very obvious pipe. You don't do that. The block was there waiting already, and yeah.
The middle has to commit the blocker in order to create space for the pipe. So if the 2 blocks are able to read the pipe, then probably the quick attacker didn't do his part.
Yeah, George just stuck there with Fahad, and that's a big wall. And then Waiswa just hit into it, and it wasn't very hard. If the cover so wanted, they could have done something about it. But Nemo Stars are in the lead, 16-14, and they've traded the lead 2 times already in this set. between them and Nkumba. So yeah, well, let's see how it goes.
Nkumba serving, Jonathan still in the service with the service. At,
Very
15.
unorthodox jump serve. It's not a floater, it's more of a spin, but it's
And yet I've seen him
quite slow.
serve the float, and it's really effective. This time he put some pace on it.
Yeah, and overpass by Waswa, George, big kill.
Sends backfire. That's
Fire.
what's
Yeah, that's what you do. You kill it.
Yes.
Hello to Coach Ndaula watching from Massachusetts.
I hope the pressure is not on him now.
No, he should be very okay.
Uh, 15 for Nkumba, 17 Nemo. Harold in the service box, who serves to George. That ball was going off.
Yeah, I think it was. And that is also a very
good defense by Nkumba. Keeps the ball up. Effort. Good effort from the libero. Unfortunately, Smith tipped it and he was able to score. 18-15. George goes to serve. Second 2 in a row.
yeah.
Serving in the net. And he apologizes to the team.
Yeah, his serving is not very inspired in this series thus far.
And Jakisa returns the favor
Immediately.
into the middle of the net. What you can do, I can do.
How kind of him.
So I think he has walked off that injury. He's able to play. You can see Waiswa goes out. It's the ball out.
Yeah, it's from his bad pass. He passed it badly. The setter put it up and then he still went long out.
Good block.
Yeah, and
Off system, and he has failed to set the ball.
yeah, completely set it off.
And now I see substitution for Nkumba. Umar comes in for Waiswa.
Yeah. Yeah, he's coming back from injury. Hope he's quite okay to.
George is able to set it high for
Jonathan,
and is able to kill it. It was not such a hard hit.
No, it wasn't a hard hit. If you look at Arrowed well, whenever he's playing the ball, he folds his elbow. So he can't have any kind of stability. The ball always runs wild.
2 blocks for the middle. Good fight from Nkumba.
Those should have been 4 touches because it rolled over the back of the Nkumba.
And the pipe. Good defense by some interesting volleyball here.
Yeah, George's pipe was picked very nicely by the libero.
Also Banner who uses the blocker, but they call a net fault.
Yeah, net
Some
fault
fight in them at
of
least.
Joshua, yeah. Yeah, spicing up the game.
Yes. Good defense from Nkumba.
Yeah,
Especially the libero, he's trying to put those balls up.
yeah, Nemo have held firm as we expect them to do.
Yes.
23-16. Fahad still serving. Yeah, the set not very nice, too close to the net. Umar couldn't have the opportunity to attack, and yeah, just touch it and it rolls off.
Set point Nemo, 24-16.
Ironically, it was Nkumba 12.
Sam.
Ironically, it was Nkumba 13 and Nemo Stars had 12.
Yes.
And it's now 17 for Nkumba and 24 for Nemo Stars. So Nemo Stars make 12 points and Nkumba make only 3. Big difference.
Very big difference. You need to keep the person in the service box serving. That is it. Good jump serve. And George receives over and kill from Omar.
The boy has guts.
Daring.
Yeah, very good jump serve to George, overpass, and then a kill. But
I didn't expect him to jump serve.
But he did it already in the previous game.
He had done it.
Yes. When they had a big margin, he did the jump serve and it was in.
And now he goes for the float and serves in the net.
Yeah, so why didn't he do the jump serve again?
Sure. And Nemo takes the first set, 25-18. The spark has not yet come. There's been some glimpses of defense, especially from Nkumba, trying to touch the ball, keep the ball up. We need to see that explosiveness from both teams. When you look at the first set, what difference did Smith make to the team? Because when he came, the team seems to
Stabilize.
Yeah. Are they not comfortable playing with Moses?
Yes, I think it's
Could
the
be a
players. But also the technical team can see because Smith has been there from the birth of the club almost, so he's been with them forever, and some of those players as well. So they know each other in and out, and they've played for a very long time together. Especially with George. If George clicks, it spreads to the other teammates.
Yes, he has to lift the team.
Yeah.
Let's see how Nkumba responds to the first set being taken by Nemo. Nkumba playing to stay in the series. If they lose this game, this match, they are out, and Nemo will proceed to the finals.
It's going to be extremely difficult for Nkumba to pick themselves up. They need Waiswa to perform well. They need Sunday to perform well. They need
Arod.
Yeah, Arod for me is receiving, but it's not the best reception you want from someone who is there primarily to receive and defend. So he has to show a bit better. They have shown glimpses of fights here and there, and it has to be consistent. So Nemo draw first blood.
Yes, and they go back to their starting lineup. Moses is back.
Yeah, I like it what Okapis is doing, because it's just telling Moses, look here, we haven't given up on you. You have room for improvement. Go back there. We have confidence in you. Go there and do your thing.
So Nkumba make a change to their starting lineup. Waiswa is out for Umar. This live broadcast is sponsored by Al-Kasa restaurant located in Najana Nkumbi.
I have dined there before. The food is quite good.
Even
It is.
at one time the national team was also being
Hosted there.
treated there.
Yeah. It was nice.
It was very good. It was very good.
Yeah.
Very simple off spin from Nkumba.
I think
And
they
they're
should
able
just
to-
forget about hitting hard and
do the
just
simple
yeah.
things. They seem to be scoring on those. They seem to be scoring on those.
It's going
Yes,
one side.
Exactly.
Yeah, I missed set by Joshua. Nemo have the chance to do an offense, and they do it effectively through Tumukunde Jonathan on the right, off the block of Aaron, sending Barnabas to serve. He's had a very quiet series,
Yes,
Barnabas.
he really has. Good block from George. Ball was a little bit off the net.
Yeah.
Like I said, once the side blocker positions himself right, it makes it very easy for the center blocker. And Bana serves an S.
Yes.
It was not very hard, but towards the end line,
Yeah.
so they thought it was going out.
Yeah, between the Libero and Sunday. 4-1, Nemo Stars leading. Ogwan Crespo, the second referee, sending Waiswa off the bench to the warm-up area.
Good block, miscommunication on attack cover. And the ball.
Yeah, Odiek just moved away from the ball, and it was
Should have played it.
Yeah.
But looking at their body language, they are not in the fight like they were. They need that spark to come.
yeah, like I said, Nkumba is in a very bad place right now. With Nemo leading 5-1 in complete control, they can only shoot themselves in the foot.
Off the block from George.
And Barnabas still serving.
An early lead for Nemo.
Yeah, a healthy one as well. 5-point lead.
Good defense, one-man block. Let's see what they do. Yeah, some energy from Omar off
Yeah.
the block, George.
Yeah.
He was there, so he knew he was there. He had to hit the ball. When
Yeah.
his arm started, it went off.
Yeah, off George, a hard hit as well.
Yes.
Sometimes we used to call it welding.
Too many errors. You're trailing, and he serves in the net.
Looks very iked.
Yes, he is. There's something about Nkumba that is lacking from the last time. They seem so dull. So it was crossing. Jonathan was able to block that ball.
Opio turns back to Joshua to replace the second setter, that is
Jesper?
yeah, just Jesha.
And Nemo with the service off the middle, and Habib is able to score off the block.
Yeah.
3-8 healthy lead for Nemo. Soft point.
Yeah, the libero was rooted.
Yes, but Habib could actually get that ball since he didn't block.
Yeah.
He stood there. He should be able to go and participate in the cover and play behind the block. Good block by
Very
George.
good. Yes, double block. Yeah.
Know where you're going. I think Nkumba came. Nemo came focused. They are not going to.
Yeah, I told you.
Even,
I told you it will be a very big uphill task.
Tall order for them. They don't want to give them any chance.
Yeah, 10-3 for Nemo Stars.
Good cover by Lanyo. Netting by Moses.
Yeah.
Very confident from Nemo. They look relaxed.
Yeah.
Good follow cover by Lanyo.
Yeah.
Nice block.
Yeah.
Kill.
Nemo
Come.
are blocking very well this time round in these first two sets, which they didn't actually do in game one.
Yes. And the explosiveness of Nkumba in the previous game was very good this time. Five.
And
out. Substitution from Nkumba. Waiswa in, Umar out.
What do you see amongst the receivers? I don't think, for me, Umar is contributing to. I think, for me, of the outside receivers, Arrowed would be my guy out because he's not passing it well. He's tried pipe a few times, mishit some completely. They've hit off his block. And I think he should be the one who gives way to Waiswa and not Umar, because Umar can score for you, which Arrowed is not doing. Overpass by Elanyo and
Moses tried to block it.
Yeah, Sunday makes very good use of his hands
and his energy.
And the mismatch.
6-12 in favor of Nemo. Habib serving, and he serves long. You see, when you're trying to close the gap and then some unnecessary errors are made by your team, it is hard for the team to pick a rhythm.
Yeah.
To be they don't have the chance to fight.
Yeah. Yeah.
Off the net.
Yeah, the blocker is off the net, and it seems also that I saw Diek calling for the play. He looked at the setter and called for a play. Maybe a moving shot. And a moving shot, when you have an outside block, an outside hitter on the other side, there are only two attackers. You have an outside,
exactly.
Then it becomes the block just has to shift, and if you play it high, then one step, and then
exactly. And they don't have.
They're making life very hard for Sunday.
And if they had at least Umar was trying to take the backward in one.
Yeah.
So he was giving them another option.
Yeah, this time Odiek came where the setter is, and that's how we managed to get the point.
Do you see any answer coming from Nkumba at this rate, the way they are playing?
No, at this rate, I see it ending very quickly.
Nemo is here to make a statement. I think
Yeah,
they went from the first game. They said we don't need to take anything for charm. And Vanna hits it into the net. (8:15).
7-point gap. Nkumba serving. Would you have liked him to do the jump serve?
Yes, I would, because even the float is not working.
Yeah, the previous one went into the net. This one has gone out.
They are making very uncharacteristic errors, which is really costing them. Nemo is playing better. Pipe?
No. Yeah, pipe for Arrowed again.
You can see this time even George, the way he's diving for the ball.
Yeah.
They don't want to take anything forward.
Yeah.
No chances.
Yeah. (17-8). What an emphatic statement.
And he goes cross court, one block, and kills it. That's from Jonathan.
Yeah.
Nkumba has not shown up today.
Yeah, 10 points, 18 Nemo Stars, 8 Nkumba. National Volleyball League semifinals, game 2. See, so that's another.
Clever play from George.
Very clever. Where the setter should have been now, that's supposed to be Arrowed and is nowhere. Probably thinking of the pipe, and the ball is landing in clean. 19-8.
Contentious. That ball looked like it was a double touch.
Yes,
from the setter.
it was a double touch. Yeah, Okapis is rightfully complaining about it.
But he's relaxed, I think, given the lead. He's even smiling. Oh, down the middle. From Malinga.
That is Malinga at his best. When he's playing against Odiek at some point, Odiek would need help from the outside blockers, but then it's Arrowed on the other side and Weiso on this side, who Odiek is taller than, so it's kind of, totally, yeah, he would need help to.
And interesting, normally the coach of Nkumba, Opio, is seated. Normally he's very active on the touchline, but he seems he has decided to sit on the bench.
Yeah. Nemo not letting up, doing what the
ball set too close to the net, and net call from Ogwang.
Yeah, and George. The set was too close to the net.
Adam in for Habib. Substitution Nkumba.
Could have been the other way around, maybe. Adam in for
Ronnie.
Yeah.
And his first contribution is the nets.
Yeah.
Adam.
Yeah, the ball already went down.
21-10, healthy lead. no way back for them.
Yeah.
The way they are playing, I don't see.
Yeah, Nemo not letting up, keeping the cat in the box.
And they are making a statement. Poor communication between Moses and
yeah, but
Maringa.
Moses told him it's going out. Why did you touch it? It was actually going
He
out.
should be able also to read where the line is and his position on court.
Yes.
To be able to tell.
Out.
The Nemo is playing very well. They're doing what they are meant to do, and Nkumba is supplementing by making more errors.
Yeah. Nothing spectacular, everything basic but effective.
Exactly.
Except for that beautiful pipe that George took.
Yes.
And also Jonathan seems to have gotten back into his groove. Is after a very slow, difficult start. Yeah, clever hit. Yeah.
Off the spin,
Yeah.
above the setter,
Yeah.
deep into towards the line, position 1. No one there. That's the maturity we talk about.
Yeah.
He
He knows his court
off
well.
system,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Confidence, I think he said, let me now add some a little more energy into this. He serves it into the net.
When I look at Jonathan serve like that, I think he's just confused between doing a
Float?
top spin and a float.
Off the block, the position 6 was able to play it.
A rare opportunity for Fahad, and he hits it out.
Yes. I think this is the first one he has been set for this match.
Yeah. His contribution mostly has been serve and block.
Which he has done.
Yes, quite well. In all.
S.
Yeah. And Okape scored the timeout.
Yes.
Yeah, that was an ace on George.
First S for Nkumba.
Yeah.
This
Yeah,
game.
straight down the line. That was pretty nice. Pretty
George
well
looked at it.
calculated.
I think he thought it was going off, and
Yeah.
he just turned and looked at it. Game 2 between Nkumba and Nemo. Second set, Nemo leading 1 the first set, and leading this set 23-14.
How many times have you played games and then at such a situation, someone screams, "Wow, they can't catch up, I die."
Very many times you hear people say that a lot. But if the team is like we were sharing last time, it's possible, but the fight has to be there.
Yeah.
The fight has to be there.
Set point for Nemo Stars.
You can see the setter even he laughed after setting that ball. It's like you also have try,
Yeah.
and he actually scores.
Yeah. Adam, I saw how he jumps. It's very unorthodox.
Yes.
It's not the technique of the people, normally the right-handed people who do left, right, left.
And he serves into the net. Nemo takes the set 25-15.
Anyway, back from Nkumba?
No. The way they are playing, no. There is a sense that they seem to have given up.
Yes. And after this, we'll be expecting a very more closely contested match between OBB and Sportes men.
Do or die for Sportes. If they lose, they are out.
Incidentally, if Nemo maintain this trend, it's going to end very quickly, unfortunately for Nkumba.
And I see them doing that.
They're closing it out effectively. With a lot of maturity, with a lot of authority.
One time, I joke, one of my players one time were talking that when you're playing a team and you see you have discouraged them, keep piling the pressure, don't relax. So a joke was that if a kid has a gun and what do you do? And you have a gun also. You should have seen what the player said, because somebody has come. They've also come to win.
Yeah, you've watched this. There is no time for mercy and sympathy and what. It's sports. It's competitive at this level.
Yes.
And well, do your job. Your job is to score. Period.
Exactly.
So you don't let up. You don't give anyone a chance. Blocking in. Yeah, so far this is a match that will end the quickest in the series, going by the trend.
Which I do believe is going to...
And then later on, after the Sportes OBB match, will be VVC and Sportes Women at 4 p.m.
Sportes had a bad day at the office last week.
Not to mention.
But on a good note, Tigers won their game today. They were able to win 3-2 against Vision.
Good signs?
Let's hope. Because last time it was Tigers which started the trend. So this time they have set a precedent, which is a good one.
And the other ones kept depreciating.
Exactly. 3-2, 3-1, 3-0. But good game coming up.
Yeah, so Arrowd gets to start with Sunday and Waiswa as the receivers. Umar goes back to the bench. It's very unfortunate for him because he dragged them into these playoffs, and yet is unable to actually make his telling contribution
the injury,
because of the injury.
Yes. Nemo, they go back to the same lineup with Moses back in, and no changes to the Nemo side.
Yeah, and Nemo will be very confident because of how they've handled their business up until now. They didn't make the mistakes that they made in game one and letting Nkumba come back into the game.
And they have been able to use the middle this time. Last time it was a little bit predictable. This time, at least you're giving the blockers something to think about.
Yeah.
Is he putting it in the middle? Is it going for the pipe? Is it going for the backcourt in position 2? So Nkumba serves us into this set. Good block by Ronnie. Yes, he feels it.
Yeah. A nice way to start your set after being completely rubbished in the first two sets.
True. Let's see if they can build on that. Good cross court from Bana.
Yeah, one of the few he has had to make.
They normally use him as mainly for the reception. It's very once in a while that's when they put the attack. So Moses serves for Nemo, 1 apiece.
Look at that. Where is Banner going?
Yes.
His body is going one side, and the hands are going the other side. The spiker is going the other side. So,
And even by the time Malinga jumped to join, he was behind Banner almost. Good joining by
Sunday.
Sunday.
That's the kind of help.
You were talking about.
Yeah.
Good hit by Jonah, but well defended. And the pipe, yes, good from the libero. The fans are now getting involved at least. And what a wonderful score!
Was that
simple
wrong?
thing.
Yeah.
Like you said, it's like they need to do the simple things to score.
Yeah.
Because when they play off spin, they are scoring.
Yeah. So everyone pulls out. The setter runs in. No one. George has just taken the pipe and is pulling back.
Exactly.
So the libero is out, and then it's a problem. Who takes that ball?
Some good fight from Nkumba now, middle.
Yeah,
I knew that. Redman goes for the libero.
Yeah.
I saw that coming. In the
Yeah, when you send over a free ball so many times, at some point it's a spiking drill, and then you get the nukes coming at you.
Good fight from the libero in the previous.
Yeah, it's fearless and he's doing quite.
Yes. He knows that's his role and he's executing it. Good fight. What does Arrow give us? Good cover. Whoa! Wonderful from George.
Yeah, wonderful from George. And still the libero is there.
Yes,
He's
yeah.
not allowing the ball to get onto the floor.
But that ball was quite close to the net and he had one option.
Yeah, diagonal.
Diagonal.
And still the blockers had gone to the other side.
They should
Remember
have
what
been
I
able to
told you
close.
about the blockers?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Those are the ones I would enjoy during my days. Sunday off the block, off George's block. Four Nkumba, 3 Nemo. A little bit high for Malinga, but was able to tip it and score.
Yeah.
Caught nobody in that position. Setter had pulled in front for thought maybe they would dump around the 3-meter area, but he pushed it to position 1. Good attack from Sunday.
Between the blocks.
Between the block, George is actually wondering where he passed.
He's laughing about it because, yeah. Why does
First lead for Nkumba since the first set.
Yeah. They seem to just want to play a bit more in the third set.
One block. Mismatch is taller. He should kill that ball.
Yeah.
Floor read, discourage the opponents.
So
He had a good run on the service. Let's see if he can maintain. Pipe from Nkumba,
out again.
from Waiswa. He even shakes his head. It's just not working for Nkumba.
It's not working for Nkumba, but also leading up to the pipe, the blockers were still 2. So he had one option to go towards 1. And the angle was too small, so he just went out wide.
Pass from the good pass. Alod tries to tip it, but hits it on the antenna. The block had actually formed. They're positioned well.
Yeah. So, yeah, and that was a very good pass from the libero because the setter did a jump set. George went up with a quick attacker. You see, very committed. They knew it was coming there, and they know also when it's going to play a pipe.
Yes. But
So
it's very easy for the Nemo block. George has blocked in the middle, so he can actually take the quick attack. They have no no one taking the backcourt in position 1, so the block and the attackers are on one side. It makes it easier for the block.
Yeah. When you're setting up your offensive play, it's very good that you spread the attack as wide as possible onto the length of the entire net. So the 9 meters. Try to use more of the 9 meters because when you do that, then the block has also spread. Then the defense is also spread. But you close them up, then it's easy for the block, easy for the defense. Yeah. And that was an easy serve from Nkumba. Nice pass from Nemo, and George gets a good kill.
Simple from Bana.
Yeah.
Off the above the block, but
Yeah.
simply played.
Yeah, very similarly to what Nkumba have been doing.
A test of their own
Medicine.
Exactly. Nemo now trying to build a lead again. 10-6. Waiswa this time goes off the block, looks for the shorter block in Moses. Normally Opia is Coach Opia is normally animated at the touchline, but today he has opted to sit on the bench. Pipe a little bit out of position for George, but is able to tip.
And it's only Waiswa who blocked at that point.
Yes.
So even Odiek should have been able to play that ball. It was pretty obvious from the takeoff that he was going to actually tip the ball.
Do you think some of these players actually look at the ball, or they close their eyes sometimes?
When blocking, they don't read who is going where, who is...
Net fault from Bana. Does he go for the jump service?
He's going to float it.
But attack cover. Waiswa kills it.
Just like how George has been hitting, this time Bernard came too close to the outside blocker and left the whole diagonal wide.
Yes.
So
Waiswa was able to go cross court.
yeah, he was able to get his angle.
Some fight in Nkumba this time, this set. Good riddance from the libero. Oh no, and he hits it off. The libero is really moving. You could really see he's trying to read the game. He anticipated the setter was going to dump.
Yeah. They call it scratching. He scratched the ball.
Simple off the block from Ronnie. Second game between Nkumba and Nemo. Third set, 10 Nkumba, 12 Nemo. What's scoring from Sunday
From the right hand
right
side.
side of the court?
Yeah, a big kill. At that point, also Jonathan, you could see Jonathan flying to the outside. And then it left a hole between him and the center blocker, Malinga. And that's that's where the kill went through.
From a 5-point gap, now it's a 1-point game. Then that ball was going off.
Yeah, completely. Over the block, and also a scratch, like we call it.
Some shakiness in the Nemo team now. I see Smith moving, getting closer. Substitution, Smith in, Moses out.
Opio is telling them to move the screen to the left-hand side so that they go to Banner, and the team sort of somehow, yeah, that should have been relatively easier for the libero to defend. I think that was poor of him to let that one go.
He came anticipating a hard attack, and his reaction you could see was
and falling back.
Yeah. That was a good set from Smith, but a little bit far off from Malinga.
A rare moment from Ronald, because also the sets have been coming very few and far in between.
Yep. 13.
Yeah, it's well. It's a better contest right now.
And he makes a point and goes and gives it
right back
to them by serving off court.
Yeah, it doesn't help their cause. You're chasing the game. You need to have more